Oh my gosh. Wow. We are not about to do this. The lighting was just perfect in here. Like, we are not about to do this. Looking a freaking mess. Looking a whole mess. Oh my gosh. It's okay. I don't know what's going on with the lighting. Okay. I look a mess, y'all, but it's whatever. Like, literally, I haven't even eaten yet. I know my body is probably going into shock because normally I wake up, I take my little metabolism supplements, which I'll talk to you guys like once I get settled. But my cheeks all red and whatnot. I swear I have like rosacea or whatever. But yeah, I haven't eaten. I know my body's in shock. Okay. So I'm gonna try to make this live quick. When you go to MEPS, are you supposed to tell them you smoked before? I do not know. Talk to your recruiter about that one. So what's up, you guys? So before I start, I'm gonna try to like do these lives more often. Maybe. It just depends. I don't know if y'all know, but like if you're anything into editing, YouTubing, all that stuff, like editing is no joke. It's annoying, okay? Editing takes a lot, like, and the reason why I normally don't do lives, if I may be honest, is because I really don't have a filter. Y'all don't know, but I really don't have a filter like that. So I'm probably gonna stay like that because I feel like I'm getting washed out. But I really don't have a filter, so I feel like with lives, it can be very dangerous. You know, so I might just pause and like think about what I have to say before I say it so that I don't, you know, step on any toes or whatever. But before I even get started, like, how y'all doing? How are y'all doing? I look a mess. I don't know if y'all know, but I am starting my lock journey. So I have comb clothes under here, but I don't know. I didn't feel like showing them today. Just because they're getting fuzzy, which is fine, but like, I wasn't feeling it. So, ooh. I'm trying to get this lighting together. But y'all, I just want to talk to y'all about culture shock. Like, before I even get started, I just wanted to ask y'all, have y'all ever been somewhere and it's just like a huge shock? Like, culturally, whether it's the way of life, the demographics, the area, the scenery, like anything. Because I'm literally going through that right now. And it's a beautiful thing. Trust me, like, I'm very open to other cultures. And I'm open to like a lot of different experiences. I like moving around. Sometimes, like right now, I'm struggling with change. But like, have you ever just been to an area and you're like it's not like a bad, but it's like, so let me just talk to y'all. Cause this was on my spirit to talk about. So I'm from Ohio. And in Ohio, like y'all know, I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. Like every place has certain areas. They got their suburbs, they got their hoods, all that. So I'm gonna give y'all some multiple experiences that kind of threw me off. So me being from Ohio and me being from up north, real quick, is there anyone from up north? Because I'm gonna tell y'all about us. And maybe you from up north and you not really like that, but I'm gonna tell y'all how most of us are. Because when I went to my first base, I'm talking about like outside of tech school, outside of basic training, and y'all tell me if you understand what I'm saying, especially if you're from up north or if you're from down south. Bruh, me being from up north, let me just let y'all know. That whole coming up to us, telling us good morning, hello, good morning, how are you? That's too much for us, okay? People from up north and people from like, you know, like New York, all that, like, I don't know. A lot of people think we're very cold, and we probably are. But that whole thing of walking in somewhere and someone being like, oh my God, good morning. When I went to my first base, especially with it being based down south, y'all know y'all got that, what is it called, that southern hospitality? Yeah, no, we don't have that up north. So like when I first came down south and everybody was all friendly and telling me good morning and how are you, trying to talk to me. I was like offended. I was like, yo, get out of my face. And I'm not trying to be rude, but it's really a thing. We're not used to that. Like, we're used to like our own space, you know what I'm saying? And you don't get in that space. And I had to learn, like, this is how they are. This is normal down here. It's okay. But like, that was a thing. And when I was at my last unit, there were some people that were from New York, and they understood exactly what I was talking about. So like me going from Ohio down south, I was like, okay, that's something I'm gonna have to get used to, because I'm really not used to people just coming up to me telling me good morning, okay? And it sounds crazy because it's like, why wouldn't you want to tell somebody, or why wouldn't you want someone to tell you good morning? Well, honey, like, I'm just not used to that. It's like weird for us. It's weird. Like, you guys are a lot nicer than us down here or down south, because I don't even think I'm really down south no more. I don't know what this is called. But yeah, so that was definitely like an adjustment. And I was just thinking about it today, and I'm like, that's just crazy. So another thing, just talking about random subjects. So, I gotta think of how to say this. I don't want to like offend nobody. Like, I don't feel like anything I'm gonna say is going to offend anybody. Usually right before you say that, you offend somebody. But you know, the internet is sensitive, so try to hear me out. So coming from up north, like I said, you got your hoods, you got your different areas, you got your suburbs. So I was from the suburbs. And normally when I tell people where I'm from, I say Youngstown, Ohio, or whatever. But really, I'm not from, Youngstown is Youngstown, but I'm not necessarily from Youngstown. I'm from the suburbs of Youngstown. Youngstown, you know, people see us, it's on like the first 48. Is it the first 48? Or like, y'all know where they list like the most dangerous cities? Yeah, Youngstown was on that. But I didn't grow up in Youngstown. So where I was from, I was used to being the only African-American person in my class, okay? All my friends growing up, they were Caucasian, white, whatever you want to call it. They were Caucasian, so like most of my friends, they were white. That's what I knew, you know? You had your spickle and spackle of African-American people. Obviously, my family's African-American, you get what I'm saying? But it was normal. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. That's how I grew up. So when I went to my last base, that was down south, I was like shocked because it was so many African American people. And it was like, it wasn't a bad thing at all, but it was just like I wasn't used to that. As someone who's African American, I was not used to those demographics. I was like, what in the world? Not just that, but our base was like smack dab, which first and foremost, all black people are not in the hood. Let me just say that right there. But our base was like, which most bases are, like smack dab in the hood. So like coming out, it was just, and it wasn't even just black people. Okay, let me tell you this too. So there was a lot of African American people outside the base. There was a lot of African American people inside the base. And I was like, wow, like this is different from tech school. This is different from basic training. Like, you know, they say population wise, like with the Air Force, there's only like a handful of African American people. But I was just like, bro, like that handful gotta be here because this is a lot of African American people. But something else that was like different to me, which I don't know if y'all ever seen this too. So y'all know, coming from up north, I guess we talk a certain way, just like everybody else talk a certain way. I don't know, people tell me, I don't know, for the most part, people tell me like I talk very proper. Like I know going to my first base, that was the first thing anybody told me, whether they was black, white, Asian, it did not matter. They was all like, oh, but we know you're not from here. Like you talk proper, like we know you're not from here. You don't sound like us. And I'm just like, what is that supposed to mean? You know what I'm saying? But like, it's just so funny. And it's amazing how when you go to another place, like what's normal to them is not normal to you. Like it's just different. So when I went to my last base, like everybody sounded the same. It did not matter who they were, what they were. Like I said, there was a lot of African American people, but like in this specific area, African American people, white people, Asian people, Puerto Rican people, everybody was together. Like you would see everybody together, and it was like crazy to me because I was just like, because everybody, I don't know, everybody just sounded the same. So let me just give you an example of what I'm talking about. So one of my friends, she's Asian, and she had a very thick Asian accent. However, she was also like from Mississippi. So she had a very thick Asian accent, and she had a very thick Mississippi accent. So I was just like, I had never ever heard someone sound like that. I was like thrown off because when I first seen her, I had never really, you know, like everybody sees somebody and they like kind of get in their head how they might sound, which you shouldn't do. But I was like, when I heard her talk, I was like, and she was like, oh, is it my voice? And I said, I was just in awe. And she was like, yeah. Because she's like real big on Instagram. And that's one of the things most people comment on because they're not used to seeing, and I'm just like saying generally, her being Asian, they're not used to having someone sound like that. And then not just that, but I think her specifically, just using certain terms, she not only was from Mississippi, but she also was like from the hood parts. This is exactly what she told me. She said she's from the hood part. So like the way she sounded, I was like, what? It was just crazy because everybody sounded a certain way down there. It didn't matter. So like everybody had whatever accent on top of like a real Southern drawl. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. It just opens your mind. Something else. So up north, where I was from specifically, like horse riding. You didn't really see a lot of horse riding where I was specifically. Like I know when you go to certain areas, like it's common, but you didn't see it. And when you saw it, you normally didn't see like a bunch of African American people riding on horses. However, from where I was, bro, I would see literally white, Asian, like I said, Puerto Rican, but like it would literally be groups of African American people riding on horses. Everybody had on cowboy boots with regular clothes. I wasn't used to that. I had never seen cowboy boots with regular clothes. Like someone could have a sundress on, or not even a sundress, I've seen that before, but like a wedding dress on, and they would have on cowboy boots. And I was like, wow, like this is different. Like it's black people just riding on horses, and it's normal. It was like real country. And I was like, ooh, I was liking it. I was like, okay, this is different. Like this is different. Not just that, the food was way different. And like, that's one thing I'm gonna miss about my last base. The food was so good. Like even the DFAC food, like it had so much flavor. Like the food was delicious. Like the food from where I just was, like, y'all, like, and people know where I was, like the food was so good. Like, and the food here I think is about to be really good too because of us being so close to the freaking water and the ocean and damn near being on a freaking island. I mean, why wouldn't the seafood be fresh? But yeah, y'all, I was just like in awe. Like I was in awe. I'm trying to think of something else that happened to me and I was just like, what in the world? So boom. Oh yeah, let me speak on that too. Yeah, y'all people from Texas, down here, it's like funny because someone told me, they said, oh, this is normal. Like you will go to a party and probably see someone in a super like dressy outfit and they'll have on cowboy boots. It's just normal. And I was like, okay. Well, I hit up my mom and I said, Mom, you know them cowboy boots I never wore? I was like, send them. Because it's funny because back home, you probably would be made fun of from wearing it because it's not normally, ooh, that's a little stiff right there. But it's not normally seen. But here I was like, oh, I can wear these and it's accepted. Like, let me go ahead and have them sent down here or whatever. And like everybody be fishing and doing all this other stuff. So it was like very interesting. And that was a great experience I had. But I'm trying to think, bro, it was just a freaking lot. That's the one thing about the military. There's so many different people, as they call it, walks of life, that you gonna see a lot of stuff. And when you move around, you're gonna see a lot of stuff. You're gonna get used to being at a certain base, used to that culture. First, you're gonna go through a culture shock at that base, depending on where you're from. And then you're gonna move to another base and probably go through another culture shock. Now, me personally, I love seeing different cultures. I love, I don't know, I love experiencing new things, trying new foods, you know what I'm saying? Seeing different people's customs, but some people aren't like that, but we're not gonna talk about them because those are the negative people that we're just not gonna speak on them. But like, so I don't know, like that's one thing that I've enjoyed, just seeing different things. However, I will say, when the shock comes like out of nowhere, you can be like what in the world? It can be kind of jarring, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. And then that's what I was trying to get to. So me coming here where I'm at now, because y'all know I'm dealing with like mixed emotions, which I'm gonna do a video on. Like I said, I just think I'm going through post-move depression. But so of course, Going from Ohio to here, Ohio to my last base, I was shocked. And then going from my last base to here, I'm shocked because I got used to like the demographics and how everything was working there. I got used to the food, I got used to all that. Not just that, got used to the smell. The last base I was at, I enjoyed my base. Like the outside, I had no problem with my base. However, the state stunk. If you know where I came from, you know, I don't know what that was about, but the whole state stunk. Like, I think it's because of like the water and like when it rained, like the sewage. I don't remember what they said, but that state just collectively just stunk. So like going from there to here and like there's no stench or anything, you get what I'm saying? Exactly, swamp. Yeah, very swampy area. So going from there to here, that was a big change. I was like, okay, smells a little different. But like something happened to me, let me tell y'all. It was so funny. So I went to Waffle House. Mind you, already going through my post-move depression. I cried all the way here. Something that like literally made me like start bawling was the fact of when I started driving around, you know, I was peeping the scenery, everything was looking different. But when I got here, I just saw a lot of different nature things. Like, so y'all know when I got my BBL, I went to Miami, Florida. And that was where I saw my first palm tree. I had never seen a palm tree before. So that was like my first time, but like actually living somewhere where there's a bunch of palm trees. Bro, I saw a palm tree, bro. I burst out crying. It was beautiful. The palm tree was beautiful. Like, I feel like this place right here, scenery-wise, nature-wise, like this is where someone like me needs to be. Like around like different trees, palm trees, real rainforesty here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really feeling it because I be feeling like, you know what I'm saying, like real exotic and whatnot. But like, I saw that palm tree, I started crying. I was like, oh, it just like emphasized how I was in such a different place. Not just that, so I went to Waffle House. Mind you, I just told you from where I came back from, right? So I go to Waffle House. Now, back home, like I said, I was from the suburbs, so like, definitely would see black people, of course, like I said, but like, you know what I'm saying? It was more, you know, more white people. So, going from where I just was, where it's like, if you go into a Waffle House, you're gonna see white and black people and people of all different races, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see all of it. You might predominantly see black people, but like everybody sounds the same, everybody talk the same, everybody got a southern drawl, all that. So I got here, mind you, I'm already in shock about my move. I haven't even like settled into the whole thought process of you are at a new base. Like, I'm still trying to like get myself acclimated to everything because that's a whole nother thing. Like, I don't know, I'm still in shock about even being here. Like, that's a whole nother thing. But boy, I pulled up to Waffle House. I turned around. I'm like, I'm about to get me a nice little waffle or whatever. Y'all, I walk over there. Waffle House is full, but I don't see not one black person. And I was like, I have never seen that. No matter what Waffle House I have went to, I've never seen that. And I was just like, oh my God. I don't know. It was just a shock. I was like, I'm in a different area because where I came from, I was just so used to seeing certain people that I was like, wow, like it just kind of like I said, reiterated, you are at a new base, new things, whatever. Not just that. So everybody here, like I've seen a lot more races now that I've been here, but everybody here is like, I don't know, like happy, like super happy. You see a lot of people in like costume wear, like, I don't know, it seems like it's always something going on here. Like when I walked in the Waffle House, like everybody had on like little fun hats and stuff like that. And then I thought, okay, maybe something might be going on today, like a little festival. But no, when I started traveling, because the day when I got here, or the day after, I kind of traveled an hour out so I can go see someone to like do my face because I haven't really been getting my facials. I had just noticed that everybody had on like real festive wear, and I was like, wow, bro, something else that caught me off guard. There's freaking sand outside of my door. Y'all, I ain't never seen sand like that. I mean, I've seen sand before, but if you want me to be honest with y'all, I think I've only been to one beach, and it was Virginia Beach, and I don't even think that counts. I've never really been on a beach. So seeing sand just outside of my door, like it's normal. Like instead of there being like dirt, like, you know, when you walk outside and you come in the house and there's dirt on the floor, no, it's sand on the floor. I was like, what in the world? Not just that, all the trees outside, the palm trees, the mist. I don't know, it'd be sounding like there's a toucan outside. It's a lot of weird not weird in a bad way, but like weird, like as in different stuff around here. I was driving, it was a bunch of yachts and boats, obviously, because we're by water. We're on water, literally. So it was a bunch of boats, a bunch of beaches, like real tropical. Yes, tropical vibes all the way. It was real tropical, and like, that's the thing. I need to like settle into where I'm at, because I get depressed, obviously, because it's new. I think I'm gonna put a video about, like, up about that. I recorded something, but I don't know, because I got kind of emotional, you know, I'm like coming on here like that. I think I've done that enough. But what was I saying? Hold on, sorry, there's something right here. What was I saying? Do y'all remember what I was saying? Y'all know I be zoning out sometimes. I don't know, but it was very tropical here. And like with the trees, the mist, it's really misty. Is that because of like the ocean? Like, is that a thing because of like the water and stuff like that? It's like humid too. So like, I don't know. Oh, that's what I was saying. Boom. So like, I'm trying to settle into everything, because this scenery is me. Like, if I wanted to go outside and like be in the sun, because that's something I like, that's another like something I was paying attention to as far as like bases and stuff like that. Because you know, when you get to like certain areas and it's real dark and gloomy, it can kind of play on your mood, and I need all the sunlight I can get. You get what I'm saying? So like, it's a lot of sunlight, real beachy, like, you know what I'm saying, like real tropical, and I just know it's gonna like really enhance my mood. It seems like there's a lot of stuff to do here, so I know it's gonna be great. The food is great. The sushi was wonderful. The base is smaller, but they have gyms everywhere. Like, that's one thing about this base that I like. We had gyms at our last base, but like, they have gyms everywhere, so you could tell. Well, basically, based off of the MagCom that I'm under, like, they're very into fitness, obviously, because they have to be. Very into fitness. So there's gyms everywhere. Everyone's, like, in that gym mentality, fitness mentality, and I think that's great. But it just seems like it's a lot to do here. And what else was I going to say? I don't know. It's just, like, there's so many great things, but I'm not focusing on that right now. All I'm focusing on is just, I moved and I was comfortable where I was. And that's what I'm trying to tell myself. Like, when you pray about certain things and you pray for like to be uplifted, and you pray for like God to take you in certain directions, like sometimes He gonna take you out of somewhere and you're gonna be uncomfortable initially, but usually after that uncomfortable feeling, once you get settled, you get a lot of blessings. So that's what I'm trying to tell myself. I just gotta, I don't know, I'm just not there yet. But like, it's a lot of great things here. My dorm is way better. I don't know if y'all want like a dorm tour on one of these videos, but like, my dorm is way better. My bed is way better, as far as like it being big, because I'm a big girl. I'm 5'10". My other bed was like a full size. This one has to be like a queen or a king. The dorm is great. Like, I'm in an area where like the kitchen is in here, the laundry room is in here. Like all my cooking stuff, I don't have to walk up and downstairs. Now granted, that just depends on what dorm. However, the dorm I'm in right now, and I hope, you know, I stay in a dorm like this, that's working out for me. So like, it's a lot of great things. It's just, I am in a state of shock. That's why I wanted to make this video, because I'm like, bruh, like, I know I'm not the only one that's went through this. Like, I know I'm not the only one that's went through this, but like, that's kind of what's going on. So I just wanted to make this video and kind of like talk to y'all, because I know I haven't been making videos. Ew, is that a booger? I'm sorry. So that's another reason I'll be doing lives, yo. Oh, I don't know. I might be tripping. I don't know. Keeping it authentic. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video and talk to y'all about like my experience so far. And me knowing that I haven't done any videos and I haven't really been like on here, I'm like, I might as well just do some lives, because sometimes I be wanting to get on here and talk to y'all. It's just so much time passes after I do it that I don't want to do it no more. That's like literally life in general. I be having all these ideas of things I want to do, but then I literally procrastinate on it, and then I just don't want to do it no more. That energy is gone. So oh yeah, so yeah, I just want to make this video. Like I said, in the comments down below, please let me know if you've had any experiences with this. I just want to know like y'all experiences with culture shock. Hopefully y'all are accepting of it. Like, don't be rude in the comments. Like, don't be disrespectful to anyone's culture, or like, you know, I want to hear y'all stories, but keep it respectful, you know, because I'm all for like cultural tolerance. I just want to tell y'all some of my experiences But yeah, like leave your experiences down in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. If you guys want me to do more lives, my hair is looking a mess, it's okay though. If y'all want me to do more lives, let me know. I will try to do that, especially if I know like I'm not gonna be editing, because editing takes so freaking long. Like I might even get on Instagram, I don't know, but just let me know. And yeah, thank you for watching.